Well, you know what, Pastor Jay? I am super excited. I cannot wait for us to have these conversations again. It has been long coming, and I'm so glad we are back. So I look forward to it. Don't you all forget to get something to drink and hop on with us as we have these conversations about these amazing topics that Pastor Jay and I, T. Drake, will be talking about.
Thank you for tuning into Monday Morning Conversation with Pastor Jay and T. Drake. Grab your coffee, tea, or milk, and let's talk about the topic for today. Let's get the conversation going.
Welcome, everybody, to Monday Morning Conversation with T. Drake and Pastor Jay. I'm Pastor Jay, and say hello, T. Drake.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, how's it going with you?
It's going well. How are you doing, Pastor Jay?
I'm doing fine. How you doing down there in Tallahassee, Florida?
Doing great.
Great. Now, we just heard, well, let me back up. We're having our series on cuffing season. And the last one, T, what did we do? What was the last subject on cuffing season?
We did blood in the water.
Blood in the water. And the recap of blood in the water from my end is simply those are the people that's sending off the scent that they are prey and not predator. And they must be careful during the season. It's more heightened for the prey to be preyed on during this season. And the predators are all excited because this is the holiday season and everybody wants to be with somebody during this time. So that's my definition. T, you got a definition of blood in the water before we go forward?
No, I just like taking some of your stuff. Just be careful because you'll be ending up with somebody's shoes underneath somebody else's bed.
Yep. And are going through a lot of trouble if you get caught up in blood in the water. And we want to always say that fair exchange is not robbery. If you get into a situation during this season, we're just giving you information on a different way you may look at it because it may be detrimental to your health, wealth, and your well-being. So this week, we're going into cuffing season with a series with the subject of Netflix and chill. And what you heard at the beginning of the show was the Wikipedia definition of Netflix and chill. Now, I want to be honest. Netflix and chill is a generational verbiage. And T sent me a video about Netflix and chill. And I probably would have been a year ago, one when you said Netflix and chill, I'd be like, excuse me. I would have said, well, you want me to come over and watch a movie? And again, I would have been lost and out of space and out of touch. Just let you know that I am getting old because I had no clue. So T, you're going to lead us in this subject matter. Netflix and chill. What's going on with that? They said a meme. What is that? Where did it come from? How did it get started? What does Netflix and chill mean? And why does it have reference to cuffing season?
Okay, so I have a small definition that I'm going to be reading from an article, and the article comes from How Netflix and Chill Became an Urban Term by Nasir Rubin, April 22nd, 2021. And I'm just going to read this small part. It said, Netflix and chill is a slang euphemism for romantic or sexual activity. And it said it originally was an innocent statement in a tweet, and the invitation to turn on Netflix and chill has over time evolved into a coded message for one person visiting another's house to engage in sexual acts.
All right. So how does that play into our next Netflix and chill for cuffing season?
Well, that plays into it because Netflix and chill is actually also part of the dating scene, and more people are being more often trying to do the Netflix and chill than going out on a typical regular date. And so it's easier. It's supposed to be more convenient. And just an easier way to just have somebody just come over instead of spending all the extra money that one would do on a formal first date. People are opting to kind of do the Netflix and chill, and that kind of goes into the cuffing season because that person could come over to your home, and they're in your space. So that is also a scary thing to do too, depending on how the situation goes.
So this term, that's a very recent term, is started as a tweet, and it actually means let's get together and have sex. So there's very little movie watching. You correct me if I'm wrong. There's very little movie watching, if any, and it's coded for let's get together and have sex. And I can see how a teenager or a tween could use that to their parents, and their parents would have a clue. Because again, if my teenager would have said that to me a year ago, I wouldn't have the clue. And I probably would have said, with the crime and everything that's going the way it is, oh, you guys I know what chill mean. So I'm like, oh, you gonna watch Netflix and chill? You good. Go ahead, have fun. Not knowing that I'm throwing my child out to the wolves. So,
Right.
that's interesting. But as adults get it and start using it as a code word, it's not code anymore. And what I found out is this has become a common term for let's just have unresponsible sex, meaning that we're just going to have sex. That's what you know already. It's cheaper. It's besides being more economical, like you said, it's convenient because what we're going to do is we're going to go somebody's house, one of the other persons, maybe it's probably the predator's house, or the predator will come to your house, and you will sit back, and you have already agreed. By agreeing to Netflix and chill, it becomes a urban verbal contract to engage in sex. So I can see how it could be misused or misunderstood, where there may be some young people that don't understand Netflix and chill, and they get invited to Netflix and chill versus a person being outright and forthright and coming on to them, and they would know that this person is wanting sex. Now you cuff to a person in a situation, like you said, it could be highly dangerous, to whereas you thinking you're gonna watch a movie and just drink soda and eat popcorn or whatever adults do other than having sex, that you're gonna actually watch a movie and enjoy the person's company. But the whole purpose of this verbiage, this code, is to let's bypass the formality, let's bypass, like you said, the dating, let's bypass all of that, getting ready, looking nice as we can, all of that that's in what I would call my era normal dating, and we just go straight to let's go to bed. And during cuffing season, I can see where that's pretty it depends on how you look at cuffing season. If this your season, hey, you just found a quick way to get your answer, yes or no. You don't have to play the game. For those who fall prey in cuffing season, you have to be aware of this because you could be having one thing on your mind. But I guess T, would you say anything like at today's time today? There's probably nobody that doesn't know that Netflix and chill means sex, or do they? What you got to say?
I believe that since that whole phrase has been coined and it's changed over time, that people do know. It may not have been as familiar for some, and maybe somebody might be in the dark, but there are other platforms now because perhaps Netflix and chill, and although it's still kind of new, some may say that's old. So then you have other platforms like Hulu and Hang or IMAX and Climax. There are other platforms that are jumping on the bandwagon of the Netflix and chill whole culture. And so everybody's trying to say their own thing for also the code. So you might not know what a Hulu and Hang is because that don't sound like Netflix and chill. You're like, oh, Hulu and Hang, what's that about? It's the same thing, but if you didn't know that, that's something else new. So the more I learn and we learn about it, it's just different codes for the same thing. Come up and have a cup of coffee, which is the same as Netflix and chill in a way, and Hulu and Hang, and just finding different other ways to use those sexually suggestive innuendos to get to the touchdown in a way with the sexual, of course, physicality of everything.
Yeah. So for Netflix and chill to work, it would have to be known that this is the language of sex by both parties, right? For it to
Yeah.
work correctly. Because Netflix and
Mhm.
chill assumes that this is mutual, right? If you agree
Right.
to it, it's mutual.
Mhm.
So there should be no misunderstanding. Like I said in the beginning, fair exchange is not robbery. If you agree to Netflix and chill, having the information that we have, having the information that's out there on the internet, having the information where you could just Google it and it'll give you a definition, there's no reason to get involved in the Netflix and chill unless that's what you want to do. Unless that you want to do. But again, what we want to warn you is these quick moves to engage in intimacy may lead to or be detrimental to your health. What would you say?
I think yes, it's detrimental to someone's health, but I think the bigger part of the Netflix and chill is people not wanting to even put an effort into going anywhere because they'd rather have the easy convenience of let me just pop over to your house. I don't need to pick you up. I really don't have to spend the money on you going to a movie. That's a waste of money. I could just pick up something from maybe a Dollar Tree, come over to your place. You provide the place. You provide the entertainment.